come to my exes always look good, always looked stuff, and it never made me feel any better. So this kind of like put it in perspective. So something is going to shift, and it's going to be actually a bit of a surprise to you, and we will have to tell you this. So that was interesting. I see that the stuff is spinning. I don't know if I'm offline over here, and it's keep telling me that I don't know if I'm back. YouTube is the mess. I don't know if you got it. I'm going to refresh it. Are we back? You see me? I guess I was reading this while we were offline, and actually it started me over. So I don't know if this means that we actually even got this reading there, and you're getting the really important part, which I said that, you know, it looks like you Cancers, you might get a proposal. Let me just see what happened to this. Huh, and that didn't even save it. Yeah, YouTube is messing up big times. What's going on here? Huh, I'm not so sure. What is what it is, guys. I'm so sorry, Cancer, that you are divided, but that kind of like does make sense in this reading as well. It certainly means, hey, you might probably have more than one partner to choose from, and it's going to be really interesting. So choose wisely. That's all I would say. All right, guys. So who is next? And let me see if we are online. Okay. You don't want proposal? That was for Cancers. It's still spinning over here for me, so I don't know if this is like really bad. And for some reason it did reset me, so the internet can totally see you to stop using encoders. Let me just refresh it for on my end. Maybe it improves a little bit. Okay, you guys hear me? Okay, this is a little bit better for me, so I really hope this is going on. So I have Scorpios. Look at the Scorpios. Okay, let's do Scorpio. Let's do Scorpio. That was a Cancer. Let's do Scorpio. Scorpio. Sorry, guys. Scorpio. Eight of Swords. It was reversed though. Scorpio. Kitty cats with baby gates. That's not a problem. Scorpio. 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 Two of Pentacles. There's like indecision about direction we're going. Look at this. You have 2 8s, you have 2 2s. And that indecision is about somebody who you deem important. This King of Pentacles can actually represent somebody you consider a potential to have a family with, somebody who you maybe strive to meet, or meeting somebody this week you really want to go along these guidelines. Like, look, the King of Pentacles is somebody who works hard and plays hard. I mean, it could be Taurus as well, that we can see it over there. You do have Pentacles and you do have Swords, so it could be air sign, it could be water sign, it could be earth sign that I'm seeing over here that you're dealing with. There's like some kind of indecision about something going in a direction. I absolutely love the Siamese cats. This entire Swords suit is like Siamese cats because they're like brainy cats. They're sort of like cat dogs. You can train them and teach them, as you can see from Safi. So Two of Swords is like talking about, hey, you know what, let's make this decision. Let's see where we are doing, what we are going. But Eight of Swords is telling me that it was like analysis paralysis of some kind. You know, it was inability to understand that you're really not captive. You really can jump over that little baby gates anytime you want. And yet, you know, you were feeling victimized. You were expressing your displeasure. And Eight of Cups again is really talking about, hey, you know what, if you don't like it, well, try to explore, you know, what else is out there. And I really think this is where you're stuck. On some level, you want to go ahead and explore. On the other level, you know, I think there could be more than one person in your life with having all these twos. Either that, or you don't know if you want to move forward or if you want to go backward in some kind of situation. And it's all rotating about a relationship. It's all rotating about a person who might be very, very important or might play a very important role for you. Eight of Cups means simply like maybe at the end of the week you will finally make the decision. Decision could be just to walk away. But some people who walk away also come back. It's kind of like interesting, this two eights. It's something about commitment. Maybe somebody who felt the situation is really bad, or maybe they couldn't move forward, or finally able to move forward, but maybe they're not really thinking. It's kind of like maybe you waited for somebody to make their decision, and now when they made the decision, you are not it. They're moving forward. But this can be also just a phase like the other one, so keep that in mind. I do think, even though there are like some kind of like worrisome elements, that ultimately this is really good, and you're getting humor. So I really think this is really telling me lighten up, Scorpio. Kind of like don't worry about anything that is happening, and that's sort of like how I was getting it here. It is all about attitude. It's not so much about events, because there are no majors, guys. This can be shifted. You guys have the power. You can switch this anytime you want. So find humor in all of that. Laugh at yourself. Just try to not to take yourself too seriously, because all of a sudden the world opens their arms toward you. And so that's going to be actually working really well for you. So the King of Pentacles, it looks like it's going to be some turnaround. And also it's really hard to score this person, male or female, because they kind of like enjoy their comfort, they enjoy where they are, and they don't really want to change it. Maybe this is you, maybe you're kind of like in that situation. But King of Pentacles is also kind of like talking about going serious, being serious. And you might be placed in a decision-making situation. Make your decision. Maybe you're not ready for it. I don't think you're really ready for it. And if pushed against the wall, your decision might be the one that is not expected from the other person. So for example, maybe somebody expects you to say, yes, I want to be with you, and instead you're going to walk away, or going to say, I'm not ready, I really need to think about that. But sort of like it's going to be one of those, hey, you know, answers that somebody really didn't want to get. Okay, so we're getting Gemini next. We're getting Gemini next. Gemini next. You love these individuals? Yeah, I really think that before people would just put these timestamps and they really didn't care about my general reading. So we'll probably just do the individuals instead, because then I can give you a little bit more time on your sign. So if you all guys are in agreement, and I just want you to say, I love individuals, or yes, continue like this, then we are going to do that until I come up with some kind of like new things. All right, Geminis. Geminis, 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 Geminis. Lottie, are you doing better, sweetie? Let's send Lottie a little bit more, like, I mean, healing energies and prayers. Like, I mean, she's a little bit sickly, and hopefully, you know, like, I mean, she gets better soon. I mean, at least she's sending me these beautiful photographs, and I'm looking like, okay, what's wrong with this picture? Oh, you have leaves on trees. Like, look at what I have in my window. Kind of a thing. So hopefully you're going to feel better, sweetie. Oh, it's not to me. It's like you are doing all the job. But look at this. Look at this red energy. Hello, yes, you're going to be so much better. You are having this King of Pentacles, but you're also having King of Cups. Oh my gosh, Geminis, when it rains, it pours over here. And it's like Seven of Cups is like, do you really know what you want? It's going to be really difficult for you to make decision. It looks like you're going to have lots of Valentine's invitations, or you're going to be hot to trot, too hot to trot. And this kind of like really talks also about ability to dream, ability to kind of like look for something that might be out of your, you know, reach. But it's going to be a choice between two really good individuals, and that one really sucks. So somebody gives you position, one that you love to death, another one that is going to foster a career growth. And so for those of you that are looking for a job, it can be just like that. It could be a choice between something you are really liking, or something that pays really well. In love, it can mean similar, that somebody is going to be a really good provider, somebody loyal, somebody faithful, but maybe it's not so much chemistry with. I mean, you're an air sign, that's why you react to pentacles that way, unless you have very strong earth in your chart. Or somebody who is lovey-dovey and very emotional expressive, and it's all interesting for a while, and then, oh my god, like you and your emotion, let's chat about something. I do feel that you'll probably go for that strong, silent, emotional type this time around. And look at this, my pet sitter is keep texting me, not understanding that maybe I'm busy with something. So guys, you'll have choices, and neither of them is good or bad. It's just a choice, it is. So it's going to put you in that precarious position which Geminis hate to be in. Like, oh my gosh, it's always like devil's advocate, always like talking yourself in or talking yourself out. But I have to tell you something. You cannot make a wrong choice over here. Like, I mean, both of these people are good choice, and you shouldn't doubt it. Whichever choice you make, you really shouldn't doubt it, and you should just continue going in this direction. So let me just see. Let me just see. Look at Lati, I just want the verdict to go in my favor. As far as that, if we're talking about legally, King of Pentacles is somebody protective, which can actually represent, usually King of Swords will represent the judge. But somebody's going to hear your emotions. Somebody's going to understand the position you're in. They might feel that you're a little bit distracted with a whole bunch of things happening, but they are going to hear you and understand you, and even that is going to be very, very valuable. So let me see. Authenticity. So you know what? You have to go with that. You have to kind of like represent and do things that you want. Look at this. She has like this big heart. Speaking from your heart is going to be the key. So whatever it is, in both situations, you really need to address this. And that being candid and kind of like really telling, oh, this is who I really am, this is what I really need, is going to take you very, very far. So let me text back to this impatient lady, and let's see who is next. We have only a few ones left, right? We have Gemini. So let me just do this quickly. Okay, I'm just getting a lot of your message. Hi. Hi, dear. So which sign? Libra, Libra, Libra. I guess Libra it is, right? I like when people get back to you really quickly, so that's why I don't like to be. I was like shopping for a pet sitter the entire last week, and this guy was like really, really weird. Like he came with a very good reference, but then, you know, he kept calling me Tiger. And I think he kept testing me. Tiger, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Like, this guy's like in his late 50s, so, oh, look at this, Dean, thank you very much. And it was like really, really weird. And so I said, like, well, you know, this is not my name. Oh, I know that, but I was just, you know, flippant. I just like figured we never met, and I was supposed to give keys of my home, so I kept asking for more references, and then he wrote one reference himself, which was kind of like really obvious. And he doesn't know how good I'm research when you send me an email to figure it out. And then somebody else said, no, go for him. Yes, he has his moments, but he's actually very reliable. And I was just about to go and hire him today, and he's telling me, no, I got a full-time job. I will not be pet sitting anymore. I said, okay, so this is why it was not supposed to happen. That's why this whole hesitation. Usually I don't hesitate as much. I go quickly, either in or out. But it was all done for a reason. So you see, Kylie, you find it creepy. I was like really wondering, okay, maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe I'm just really tired because of Tiger. But just like it was weird. And then we were supposed to meet we were talking on Monday to meet on Tuesday for him to pet sit for me on Wednesday because I was supposed to go somewhere. And then he's texting me late on Monday, okay, so you want to meet on Thursday so you can go on Friday? So, oh my gosh, this is all there in the text. Which part did you miss, right? So I started to wonder, like, am I meeting another person who has dementia, who cannot really put their stuff together? I said, I just cannot give a dog to that person. So I just really said, thank you, you have great references, glorious references, but I just don't feel comfortable with you. So Libra, sweet Libras, sweet Libras, sweet Libras. I like him when he called me Tiger. Isn't this kind of like, okay, I know that's his name, but when you call a woman a tiger, that can have connotations which are kind of like really wrong. Weird. Libra. Yeah, my gut is never wrong. Sometimes I override it, and I'm always wrong when I override it. So yeah, exactly. Libra. A kinky old boy. Libra, the tower. Welcome to the tower, Libra. So, you'll be working, and you'll be spinning your wheels. Let me just give you down and dirty. There's going to be some kind of like a ruffle in the beginning of the week. Maybe the start of the week is going to be rough. You're going to come to work and it's going to be, what the hell just happened? It's just like it's going to come from nowhere, or something shocking, or some kind of like news that simply, you know, you have your plans made up and then all of a sudden you have to reset from the beginning. My neighbor had something like that happen to him. He wanted to go and see his ailing sister in Europe, and he was planning the trip and talking to her, and she's like 56 years old, so she's like really not that old, and she had some kind of like muscular dystrophy disease. And then one day she's not returning the call, like, and usually they speak every other day, and then his other sister is calling him, and she said, well, she expired. And he actually already had everything booked for March. And now the shock and everything that he has to go. I just dropped him off at the airport last night. So something like that, Tara, can be. I'm not telling that somebody is going to die. Mind you, they knew that she's heading that way. It was one of those progressive diseases. But it was still always become sudden because it was not sort of like you are like bedridden, etc. But it looks like you're landing on your feet because the Eight of Pentacles talks about this repair. Eight of Pentacles goes into, you know, hey, you know, I'm looking in the details about this. But at some point you might get tired because the Four of Swords can talk about getting a little bit, look at him. He's looking at a bird and he's not excited. Look, did you ever see the kitty cat like this? Mine just line up and they put their nose to the window and they can sit there for hours. But in a very enthusiastic kind of like flipping tail kind of like thing and intensity. So you might be kind of like getting a little bit fed up with the situation. But for some reason it kind of like gave me the attitude that this is something happening at work. This is something that all of a sudden there's like some emergency or something happening, and maybe you are kind of like being pointed at or left to kind of like do everything yourself, and you're really trying, and then, you know, I'm going to say in the end, well, I fed up, nothing is good for you, so what the heck you want? And but make sure that you're not avoiding problems, that you attack it kind of like in a really good frame of mind, because it's sort of like this is like your positioning. But given that you're going through Aquarian transit and you are like a sister sign, this is like a little bit awkward that is happening. So I can tell that it's going to be so intense that you're going to really need breaks. So good for you. Maybe Valentine's. And I'm sorry to say this is maybe not what you guys want to hear it. Maybe Valentine's you're going to spend in bed. You're going to say, oh, just never mind Valentine's. I just really need to relax. But let me see. Oh, this one jumped out. And it says tenderness with a black kitty. You know, that's maybe what's going to be this week. You're not going to get that soft place to fall. It's going to be feeling on the limb, feeling that you need to do it. So just like, I mean, curling up with with a pet, or talking to a friend, or simply just like sitting next to the fireplace for those of you who live, I guess, in this cold, harsh winter. That's going to be sort of like the good way to go. You need to give yourself that ability to disconnect this particular week, especially if something happens that is sort of really messing up with your plans and with your ideas how to move forward. So that's going to be really, really important. Kylie, currently just started happening, what? Time for R&R and Valentine's. Yeah, that's kind of like what I see over here. So since I'm Libra, honestly, it looks like to me that I'll be sleeping through my Friday, through my Thursday, pardon me. Well, then it's a Thursday, but Friday is my birthday. I used to be with somebody who was born on February 13th. We were together for 13 years. And so we would always call this vacation and Love Fest, because his birthday was 13th. Then we had the 14th, the Valentine's, and we had my birthday. So these 3 days we would always kind of like take these times off and do something silly. Like two Aquarians shouldn't date, but we still managed to be together for 13 years. So Libras, off you go. So we are left with Aries or Capricorn. And guess what? I'm going to do Capricorn purposely because you Aries, you're probably going, oh my God, we are the first, we are the first. So let me like make you wait a little bit longer. So, okay, look at you, and look, you have a nice plan as well. Capricorn, 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 Capricorn. Capricorn. Thank you, Sally. Thanks, everybody. I'm officially middle-aged. 45. So, in the next year, I'm going to be over the hill. Even though I think I'm already middle-aged, so never mind. So, we're going to be interesting. Oh, look at this. Royal Sagittarius right here. Well, thank you very much. Oh, that's so sweet. Two of you, you and Dean, are just amazing. Oh, not that everybody else isn't, but like, I mean, like these, like, I mean, stuff, it's just like they're blasting in my face over here on this side. So Capricorn, Nine of Cups, Queen of Cups, Six of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, and the Hierophant. What the hell is this? Nine of Cups, pleasure. Queen of Cups, softness, cuddleness. Six of Pentacles, maybe you're in a position to take care of somebody. Maybe you're in a position to equalize something. Let me just show you this card. You see Nine of Cups, the kitty is getting milk. Queen of Cups is like the self-blaze and kind of like that eye contact. Maybe this is the Queen of Cups that you guys are focused on, with whom you have a special inclination toward. Maybe you'll be the one proposing because this is showing up to you, or it's going to be a conversation of this kind. And of course, you know, you're doing this on a completely different principles. Maybe it's almost like it's kind of hard for you to go out on a limb. Queen of the Cups, you might be interested in somebody who is a little bit, I guess, quiet, where you cannot really read, like I mean the lay of the land kind of a thing, right? So this is, the Hierophant confuses me because it also speaks about some kind of commitment. It also speaks that certain things can go in that direction, because Hierophant is definitely my marriage card. Hierophant is about taking it serious. Look what he's doing. Can you see that? He's putting his paw, and I don't know if you can see it, in the crate and out, and he's holding it. He feels like he's literally in prison, and he's sleepy right now. So the baby is actually still sleeping. But you Capricorn, Six of Pentacles means, I mean, the Queen of Cups is like that soft, caring woman. It could be a water sign that you're dealing with. And Nine of Cups is sort of like a card of a self-pleasure, if you wish. And sort of like, look, I'm good where I am. Maybe it's really hard for you to go in this direction. Maybe you are afraid that you're going to hurt somebody. Maybe somebody has expectations of certain things happening. Because Six of Pentacles is definitely saying, I know you can do it. Look at this. The kitty cats are waiting for, you know, this cow to be milked, so they know they can get this like splash overs and something over here. Says, come on, give me some, give me some, give me some. You can afford it. You can give it to me, right? And it's maybe that you're questioning yourself, you're questioning somebody why certain things are not done, but at the same time you're wondering about the disorder and disarray of what this can be caused in your kind of like life and how to do it. Very, very interesting though. I don't know why the Ten of Swords showed up here. I don't particularly like this card, but it could have been that you're dealing here with a situation that has been painful. And Ten of Swords talks about harsh words, harsh attitudes, where the swords have to be pulled out. And you have to kind of like heal every single, you know, wound properly. But Hierophant also is very appealing to your sign because, you know, that's very earthy energy. It's about rules, it's about regulations, like this has to be done a certain way. Maybe you're simply kind of like feeling like it's time to get committed, because you have to overcome your fear of there's like definitely somebody has a fear of certain things are not going to work out. So, but there are like so many good elements. Look at how many good versus how many bad. I'm telling you, I was like sitting once when I worked for Bell, and I was like designing websites for the small businesses. It was a long time ago, and my boss, who was sitting right in a cubicle next to me, he just got engaged to this woman he was dating, I don't know for how long, for long, and living with her for 5 years, and now they're getting engaged, and she wants to get pregnant, I think. And this guy was whining on the phone each and every day. Oh, is she right for me? Am I doing the right decision, etc. I actually quit this job. I couldn't take his whining. The bad part was like he's also Aquarius, and I was like, oh my goodness, dude, you know, you are putting shame to all of us. Oh, I didn't take your angel card over here, Capricorn. Angel card. Tenderness as well. So if you're dealing with somebody, it's very important to be tender and to expect tenderness, and that's who Queen of Cups is. Usually in the regular deck, she has the biggest cup there is. She is all heart, and that's why generally this happens to be Pisces as well, because you literally, Pisces are like dogs. You can abuse them and they will still give you this soft place to fall. And it's kind of like that energy that's coming through. Maybe you're finding this energy is really something that you really need in the long term. But there is like some hurt, and I don't know how is this connecting over here. Whether you have to do some kind of healing, or that situation needs some kind of healing. But it's reversed, so the swords are already falling out, and the healing can actually start in this process. And Aries, you know, Germans say the sugar comes last. So let's do the Aries over here. Let's do Aries. Why do we have so little people in the chat? What's going on? I have to change this. Not that I don't like you guys here, but it will be, oh, maybe that's what was lost during reboot. Yes. Please, guys, give me a like, because for some reason this YouTube is doing weird stuff. I don't know if they have the storm, but we will see. So yeah, the likes were over there, so please give me your likes over here as well. So we are doing Aries, 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 Aries. You know, middle age is just like a state of mind. I mean, I was recently dealing with lots of people who have been all into positioning. I mean, I live in an apartment. I do have my house. I have actually 2 houses. They're nothing special, really. And one is not even in this country. But it is what it is. So, you know, when people start making judgments, and you should do that, and you should do that, it's like, you know what they say, you point a finger at somebody and the other fingers are pointing at you. In Toronto, it's really hard to own a house, especially if you're single, because the dinky little house is like $1.5 million. And I don't really want to spend slaving 10 years to save for down payment and then another 30 years to pay it off. So I bought a house outside of Toronto, but I live in Toronto because still I have to deal with stuff, and I'm planning to retire in the next year or 2. So, and it's kind of like really weird how like people kind of pass judgment and they feel that they can do that. And later in that situation, which I was in, which I didn't even react, I was like just shrugging shoulders and saying whatever, the same person realized that, well, he has a mortgage and I have my house paid for, and all of a sudden, like, who really owns what? And are you owning your house, or your bank is owning your house? So kind of like, people need to be careful. People need to be careful with judgment, and I honestly hate people like that. I just like don't want them around me. You guys are getting really interesting combination. You're getting the High Priestess, which is talking about some kind of like silence. It almost looks to me that you need some kind of like peace. I don't have to continue going with more shuffling because you're getting two very strong cards and they're both major arcanas. I guess it was a reason for you to be last, because this is really telling you you need to be a little bit more patient. You need to be a little bit more meditative to kind of like really understand, you know, where do you really want to go. Like looking that beautiful moon. Usually the High Priestess has only crescent moon. That's what happens when a vet thinks that she knows all about cats, which she might know, but she doesn't know all about tarot. And this is a complete miss on this card, but I usually override what tarot card is in favor of a deck. So this card is really telling me something that is really different from usually the High Priestess would be, right? Because she's like actually turning back into something. You guys are looking into something from the past. It's really interesting that we have the white kitty and we have the black and white kitty, which almost like comes to me as a yin and yang, or Safi and Matrix over here. This is not the best place to sleep, but we have seen cats picking up even weirder places for them to relax. I mean, of course, we humans would never reach this kind of equilibrium. So this is really telling me that maybe some kind of situation that you had is really now getting to the stage that, you know, it's a go. It was maybe that you were studying somebody or something, and you're really wondering what kind of, you know, path you need to take. And now you're realizing, you know what, it's a go. And stars are lining up. And we can make it work, especially if you're dealing with Sagittarians, guys, or if you're dealing with somebody who has a moon in water. That kind of like would really resonate over here. So what I really think over here that is really important is that you guys keep faith, that you guys realize that certain things, and I think that maybe was your question, that there are like things that are, that you felt that you're very different from somebody, and that certain things cannot be made to work. You will be actually really surprised this week to find out that actually they can, and they will be workable. So everything will work out okay. Oh, I didn't do Scorpio? I did Scorpio, I think. No, I did Scorpio. So, oh my goodness, and there is like this blank thing. You can write your own destiny. This is the second one, and it's love. And you know, love sometimes comes in different packages. For you, it's going to happen in a way that is going to surprise you. That, you know, things are going to be working out from maybe after a period of silence, after a period of wonder, after a period of, you know, merging two things. Because like every one of us comes in package, right? We all have good parts, but we also have bad parts. And even our good parts can be bad parts for somebody. So keep that in mind. And Temperance is really talking about that situation that is like raising above, you know, all these things, and maybe a realization, hey, you know, these are all petty things, because we do get along. We kind of like feel this comfort. We feel this unity, and sort of like you complete me situation, which is kind of like really important. So there you go, guys. Let me just show you Mr. Tiger. He's like still on his back, and he's like sleepy. So this is all good, as you notice. And if you remember, last week was a little hell, so this is huge improvement. Now we did manage to get through entire hour and a half of this, so I'm really impressed. So I'm not going to follow Latti's thing, because at his age he should be able to be 3.5 hours in his crate. So maybe I need to extend these periods and see how it go. So this is much from me, guys. Please give me thumbs up, or you know, just say that you're high, and I wish everybody a great week. I don't know who was a moderator in charge to assign somebody. I don't know if Lati did do it. If she didn't do it, you can Lati do it now, or you can pick somebody yourself, sweetie, because I just really want to know if somebody wants a mini reading with me. Yeah, Dean, I monitor him there because I don't want, you know, I have a little bit different system. I'm learning the hard way. Of course, you know, I had to try it soft and sweet, but this is not how dogs are. So I'm actually right now just trying to not to disturb him by coming to the room, because they can smell you. So this way, this is kind of like remote for me knowing that he's okay and doing that. You nominate Dion for free reading? That's cute. So Lati, what are you saying, sweetie? Who is winning this time around? Who is doing that? Oh, we